Right, joining us live now from Nairobi is International Justice Analyst Tom Maliti. Thank you so much, Tom, for joining us. Can you just talk us through Abd-Al-Rahman's legacy in Sudan and what the process to get to today's ICC sentencing has been?
Abd-Al-Rahman's legacy in Sudan is that he was one of the leaders of the Janjaweed, and he now becomes the first leader of the Janjaweed, as the militia group was known back in the early 2000s, to be tried and convicted by the International Criminal Court. And it is significant because back in the early 2000s, it is easy to forget that Darfur at the time captured international attention in a way that Darfur has not captured international attention today. It was the subject of Security Council resolutions, an official investigation of the United Nations, backed by the Security Council unanimously. And this is why eventually Abd-Al-Rahman ended up at the International Criminal Court. And he surrendered in the period of 2019 to 2020, I guess because at that time things in Sudan were fluid, and it seemed like his best bet was to be at the International Court as opposed to remaining in Sudan.
How significant is the sentencing, specifically when we talk about what is happening in Sudan right now? Will people find a sense of justice in it, or perhaps not, given that many of these very same crimes are still being committed in 2025?
For the victims who are directly affected by the crimes that Abd-Al-Rahman has been convicted of, they will heave a sigh of relief that at least a perpetrator who harmed us has been brought to justice and is facing the consequences of his actions in Darfur. It will not apply to all victims of the Darfur conflict, because Darfur is a very large area, and the crimes that he was charged with were for specific areas in Darfur. And of course, that's where it stops, because there remains an arrest warrant out for the former president of Sudan, Omar al-Bashir, and that arrest warrant has not been effected. And therefore, as far as Darfur is concerned, yes, there are many more victims who will not find solace, because for them, what happened to them has not been addressed. But for those who are specifically directly harmed by Abd-Al-Rahman's actions, I think for them today will be they'll be considering it a day of justice.
Just quickly, as you are an international justice analyst globally, this comes at a time where faith in the international court system is lacking. We know that Israel is being taken to the ICJ over claims of genocide in Gaza. Do you think that this could help restore faith in that international system?
I don't know whether it will help restore faith in the international system, because that faith is being affected by decisions by world leaders, not specifically by individuals or victims of international crimes. And I think that's where we have the dichotomy. I believe victims of international crimes may still have faith in the international system. Certain states do have faith in the international system, which is why there is a case before the International Court of Justice involving Israel that was brought by the Republic of South Africa. But in terms of the International Criminal Court itself, it is under huge threat because of sanctions that have been applied directly against judges and prosecutors by the United States, and because of a campaign to undermine the credibility of the International Criminal Court because of the cases it has brought against Israel.
Tom, really appreciate your time live to us from Nairobi.